Chosen one, you're about to witness the most epic comeback story of your lifetime, and you're the star. Right now, while you're going about your day completely unaware, 3 separate groups of people are having complete meltdowns about you. Your ex is pacing their apartment at 2 a.m., clutching their phone with your contact still saved under a heart emoji. That bitter person who's been secretly watching your every move just threw their phone across the room after seeing your latest social media post. And a whole network of older people who should know better are frantically trying to cover their tracks because their master plan is about to explode in their faces. The reason? They just realized their carefully orchestrated scheme to destroy you has backfired so spectacularly that it's about to catapult you into a level of success that will make their heads spin for years to come. And here's the kicker. While all this chaos is unfolding behind the scenes, your phone is about to become the hottest device on the planet. Business deals worth more money than you've ever seen are heading your way. The love of your life is about to slide into your messages. Media outlets are preparing to feature your story as the comeback of the decade. International opportunities that seemed impossible are drafting contracts with your name on them. But wait, there's something even more shocking happening that will completely rewrite your understanding of who's been supporting you and who's been working against you all along. When your ex walked away from the best thing that ever happened to them, they made a decision that would haunt them forever. Instead of doing the mature thing and reflecting on their massive mistake, they chose the path of destruction. They reached out to someone who's been jealous of you for years. That bitter individual who smiles in your face, but seethes with envy every time you succeed at anything. These 2 toxic souls found each other in the darkest corners of social media and bonded over one shared obsession, bringing you down to their level of misery. Your ex, still bleeding from the wounds of losing you, provided the ammunition. The bitter stalker, armed with years of watching your every move, provided the strategy. What started as late-night phone calls filled with venom turned into full-blown war room sessions. Your ex shared your deepest vulnerabilities, the things you told them in moments of trust and intimacy. They revealed your biggest dreams, thinking they could weaponize your aspirations against you. They even exposed your childhood fears, believing they could use your past traumas to break your spirit. The bitter stalker took this information and crafted it into a psychological warfare campaign that would make military strategists impressed. They mapped out your social circles, identified the people closest to you, and began planning ways to poison every relationship you valued. And then they made their most dangerous move. They recruited others. The conspiracy grew like a virus, infecting older people who should have been mentors, but instead became willing participants in this toxic crusade. Family members who harbored secret resentments that went back decades. Former friends who never got over feeling inferior to you during shared experiences. Business contacts who smiled during meetings, but envied your natural charisma and effortless success. Even neighbors who resented your positive energy and the way opportunities seemed to flow to you naturally. This network spent weeks meeting in secret locations, creating elaborate fake social media accounts to monitor your every move, and developing what they believed was the perfect plan to systematically destroy every aspect of your life. They had detailed timelines, multiple backup plans, and contingencies for every possible scenario they could imagine. The ancient protection that flows through your bloodline was working overtime, creating invisible shields around everything that mattered in your life. Your ancestors, your spiritual guides, and the very fabric of destiny itself were conspiring to turn their conspiracy into your greatest advantage. The universe was constructing the most beautiful karma delivery system ever witnessed, and your enemies were unknowingly building their own destruction with every scheme they hatched, every lie they told, and every boundary they crossed. 3 weeks ago, they launched their coordinated attack with the precision of a military operation. The timing was planned to perfection, or so they thought. Multiple lies spreading across different social media platforms simultaneously. Your business contacts receiving carefully crafted messages designed to poison them against you. Your family members getting anonymous tips about supposed betrayals and secrets. Your romantic life being sabotaged through manipulated screenshots and fabricated evidence. They even went as far as creating fake websites and false documentation to support their lies. They coordinated bot accounts to amplify negative content about you. They scheduled their attacks to coincide with important business meetings and family gatherings to maximize the emotional damage. They coordinated everything to happen within a 48-hour window, believing this overwhelming assault would be impossible for you to defend against. They sat back with popcorn and champagne, waiting to watch your empire crumble and your spirit break into pieces they could laugh about for years to come. Instead, something miraculous happened that left them all speechless and scrambling to understand how their foolproof plan could have gone so wrong. Their lies were so outrageous, so obviously fabricated that people immediately saw through them. The business contacts they tried to turn against you started calling you directly, not to confront you, but to warn you about the manipulation attempts and to express their disgust at such obvious sabotage. Your family members began forwarding you screenshots of the anonymous messages, laughing at how pathetic and desperate they sounded. The romantic sabotage backfired so completely that it actually strengthened your relationships. People could see the desperation and jealousy dripping from every fabricated message, and instead of believing the lies, they started asking you who could possibly be this obsessed with destroying your happiness. Even strangers who saw the fake content online began defending you, pointing out inconsistencies in the stories and calling out the obvious coordination of the attacks. Your reputation, instead of being destroyed, was actually enhanced as people witnessed your grace under fire and the obvious desperation of your attackers. Not only did their master plan fail spectacularly, it exposed every single person involved in ways they never could have anticipated. Digital footprints they thought were hidden became glaringly obvious to anyone who looked. Voice patterns in anonymous messages matched people you knew. The timing of attacks revealed coordination that could only come from inside information. One by one, their identities became impossible to hide, as their own desperation made them sloppy and careless. Now, the tables have turned in ways that would make the most dramatic movie seem boring by comparison, and karma is serving justice, with the precision of a master chef and the speed of a bullet train. Your ex is discovering that losing you wasn't just losing a relationship, it was losing their connection to everything good in life, everything that made them feel alive, and everything that gave their existence meaning. Every person they've tried to connect with since you feels like a pale imitation of what they had. The grass they thought would be greener on the other side turned out to be artificial turf, covering concrete and broken dreams. They're waking up every morning with a growing panic that they've made the biggest mistake of their entire existence. Their dreams are filled with memories of you. Their waking hours are haunted by regret so deep, it's affecting their ability to function in basic daily activities. Their current situation is imploding faster than a controlled demolition. The person they thought would help them get over you has become a daily reminder of everything they lost. Turns out, when you build a relationship on shared hatred and bitter conversations about an ex, you create nothing but toxicity that poisons everything it touches. They're fighting constantly, each argument revealing more about how much they both secretly think about you. Their new partner is getting tired of hearing your name in every conversation. Friends are getting exhausted by their obvious obsession with someone they claim to be over. The bitter stalker who orchestrated this whole mess is experiencing what can only be described as a complete mental breakdown happening in real time. Their obsession with destroying you has consumed them so thoroughly that they've neglected every aspect of their own life that actually mattered. The following is a message from Mike, founder of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom. You didn't just survive your past, you were refined by it. Every betrayal, every psychic attack, every night you thought you wouldn't make it, that wasn't random, that was the forge. And now the blade is ready. Inside the Obsidian Inner Order, we gather each week on live Zoom calls. And yes, they're recorded, so when you're down in the pit, you can still tap the signal. You'll meet divine warrior goddesses who walk with ancestral fire in their spines, masculine healers who carry prophecy in their silence, a former military drone operator who now moves matter with his thoughts, a seer from Utah who broke free of Mormonism to become a Gnostic, a psychic in Noosa who used to be a millionaire, CFO, a spiritual healer who clawed their way out of a satanic cult and now channels light like a weapon. These aren't stories, they're your future reflections. If you've ever felt like you were meant for something more, it's because you are. The field is open, the war is real, the circle is waiting. Join the Obsidian Inner Order. Link in the description. Thank you all for supporting the broadcast. We quite literally could not do this without you. Their career is suffering because they've been spending work hours plotting against you instead of focusing on their own responsibilities. Their relationships are crumbling because they can't stop talking about you to anyone who will listen. Their health is deteriorating because they're losing sleep over your success, staying up all night monitoring your social media and planning their next move. They've become so consumed with watching your life that they've stopped living their own. Their friends are starting to distance themselves because every conversation becomes about you. Their family is concerned about their obvious mental health decline. The older conspirators are facing the most embarrassing exposure of their lives, and the fallout is spreading through their professional and personal circles like wildfire. People who once respected them are now questioning everything they thought they knew about their character. Professional relationships built over decades are being severed overnight as word spreads about their involvement in such petty and vindictive behavior. Social circles that once welcomed them are now closing their doors because nobody wants to be associated with such obvious toxicity. They're discovering that attacking someone with your level of integrity was career suicide disguised as revenge. Their reputations are being destroyed by the same social media platforms they tried to use against you. Their own posts and comments are being screenshot and shared as examples of how jealousy can destroy seemingly successful people. And while all this chaos unfolds around your enemies like a tornado of consequences, something incredible is happening to your life that will leave you speechless and grateful beyond measure. Your phone is about to become command central for the most successful period of your entire existence. The business opportunities that seemed impossible just weeks ago are about to flood your inbox like a tsunami of prosperity that will completely overwhelm your current capacity to process them all. Investors who never gave you a second look are now fighting each other for the chance to work with you. They're offering terms that are more favorable than anything you've ever seen. Collaborations that you only dreamed about in your most optimistic moments are about to become your new reality. International opportunities are opening up that will expand your influence beyond anything you thought possible. Companies from different countries are reaching out with offers that will establish you as a global presence in your field. The financial breakthrough you've been working toward is approaching faster than a sports car on an empty highway. Contracts worth more money than you've ever seen are being drafted with your name prominently featured. Investment opportunities that could set you up for life are being presented to you on silver platters by people who recognize your true value. Revenue, streams you never even considered, are about to open up like fountains of abundance. Passive income opportunities are being created that will provide security for generations. Your financial future is about to be transformed so dramatically that you'll need to completely readjust your understanding of what's possible. Your ex is preparing to make a series of phone calls that will shock you to your core and possibly change the entire trajectory of their life. They've spent the last 3 weeks trying every possible way to convince themselves that they're better off without you. They've made lists of your supposed flaws, repeated mantras about moving forward, and even tried dating other people with an almost manic desperation. They've sought therapy to try to get over you. They've traveled to new places hoping distance would heal their heart. They've thrown themselves into work, hobbies and social activities trying to fill the void you left. None of it worked. Every day without you has been a masterclass in regret that's teaching them lessons they never wanted to learn. Every person they meet reminds them of what they lost. Every sunset they see alone drives home the magnitude of their mistake with the force of a sledgehammer to their soul. They're about to swallow their pride, choke down their ego, and make the most humbling phone call of their life. The apology they're preparing is so desperate, so filled with raw regret and genuine remorse, that it will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about their capacity for genuine emotion and personal growth. They've been practicing what they're going to say, writing and rewriting scripts, and losing sleep over how to approach you. They know they have one chance to make this right, and they're terrified of saying the wrong thing. The secret admirer who's been pretending to hate you is about to reveal themselves in the most unexpected plot twist imaginable. All those critical comments, all the negativity they've been throwing your way, all the passive-aggressive behavior, it was jealousy disguised as hatred so convincingly that even they believed their own performance. They've been obsessed with you for longer than you can imagine, studying your every move not to find flaws to criticize, but to understand what makes you so magnetic and irresistible to everyone around you. They've been trying to copy your style, your energy, your approach to life, while simultaneously trying to tear you down out of frustration that they could never quite capture your essence. They've been watching your success with a mixture of admiration and resentment that has been eating them alive. Their confession is going to be so shocking, so vulnerable, and so completely unexpected that it will rewrite your entire understanding of their behavior toward you. They're going to reveal feelings they've been hiding for years and explain actions that never made sense until now. Social media algorithms are about to work in your favor, like you've been personally blessed by the technology gods themselves. The same platforms where your enemies tried to destroy your reputation are now amplifying your success beyond anything you thought possible. Every post you make is getting engagement that defies all logical explanation. Comments are pouring in from people you've never met, all inspired by your journey and your character. Shares are multiplying exponentially as your story spreads across different communities and demographics. Your follower count is about to explode as people discover your content and become invested in your success. Brand partnerships are being offered that will provide both financial benefits and increased visibility. Your influence is expanding into markets and niches you never even considered. Your story is spreading across the internet faster than any viral trend in recent memory, and the momentum is building to levels that will make you a household name in ways you never imagined possible. People around the world are connecting the dots about how you handled these attacks with such incredible grace. They're witnessing how you maintained your standards and your integrity while others around you completely lost their minds. They're watching how justice delivered itself without you having to fight back, defend yourself, or even acknowledge the chaos swirling around you. Your approach to handling adversity is becoming a case study in strength that's being shared in business schools, psychology courses, and personal development seminars. Your story is inspiring millions of people who are facing their own challenges and looking for examples of how to maintain dignity under pressure. The love of your life is about to enter your world in the most cinematic way possible, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. While your ex was busy playing games with toxic people and plotting your downfall, the universe was carefully preparing someone who actually deserves your energy, your love, and your time. This person has been watching your journey from afar, not as a stalker, but as someone who recognizes authentic strength when they see it. They've been impressed by how you've handled every challenge with dignity and grace. They've been waiting for the right moment to enter your life, and that moment is about to arrive with perfect timing. They've been dealing with their own challenges and growth, preparing themselves to be worthy of someone like you. They've been developing the emotional maturity, financial stability, and personal integrity that matches your level. When they reach out, you'll understand immediately why every other relationship had to end. The connection will be so natural, so effortless, and so obviously meant to be that you'll wonder how you ever thought anything less than this level of compatibility was acceptable. Your enemy's elaborate plan to isolate you and destroy your relationships has resulted in the exact opposite effect. People are drawn to your authenticity like metal to a magnet. The boundaries you set that they criticized are now being admired and copied by people who recognize wisdom when they see it. The standards they called unrealistic are now being understood as necessary for anyone who wants genuine success and happiness. The love they called weakness is now being recognized as the greatest strength a person can possess. The most beautiful aspect of this entire story is how your character never wavered despite the intense pressure they put on you. While they were scheming in group chats and plotting in secret meetings, you were simply being yourself authentically. While they were trying to tear others down to feel better about their own inadequacies, you were naturally building others up. While they were operating from fear, jealousy, and desperation, you were operating from love, integrity, and genuine strength. This is exactly why your phone is about to ring non-stop with life-changing opportunities. This is why doors are about to open that you didn't even know existed. This is why your enemies are about to face the full weight of their actions while you step into the most successful and fulfilling chapter of your life. The ancient wisdom flowing through your bloodline protected you when you didn't even realize you needed protection. The standards you refused to lower saved you from people who would have dragged you down into their misery. The boundaries you maintained kept positive energy flowing freely while keeping toxic energy completely blocked out. Your story is about to inspire millions of people around the globe who are struggling with their own challenges and looking for proof that integrity and authenticity still matter in this world. They're going to study how you handled this situation with such grace under extreme pressure. Opportunities you never even considered are going to call you. People you've admired from afar are going to reach out personally. Doors you didn't even know existed are going to open with red carpet treatment that will make you feel like the chosen one you truly are. Educational institutions are going to invite you to speak. Conferences are going to offer you keynote opportunities. Publishers are going to approach you about sharing your story in book form. The most important call will be from your future self, thanking you for never compromising who you are when it would have been easier to sink to their level. for maintaining your integrity when everyone around you was losing their minds, for choosing love and strength when hate and weakness seemed more tempting and more powerful. Your enemies thought they were writing the final chapter of your story, complete with public humiliation and total defeat. Instead, they accidentally wrote the prologue to your greatest adventure, your biggest breakthrough, and your most incredible success story. The phone that's about to ring non-stop isn't just bringing opportunities. It's bringing vindication that you were right to maintain your standards, validation that your approach to life is superior, and the beginning of a life that exceeds every dream you've ever dared to have. The internet is about to break not because of their jealousy, chosen one, not because of their schemes and plots, but because of your complete and total triumph over everything they threw at you. Your victory is going to be so comprehensive, so undeniable, and so inspiring that it will become legendary. People are going to study your story for generations as an example of how authentic power always triumphs over manufactured chaos. Your name is going to be associated with integrity, strength, and the kind of success that comes from staying true to your values. Get ready. Your time has arrived with the force of destiny itself, and everyone who doubted you, plotted against you, or tried to tear you down is about to witness exactly why you were chosen for greatness from the very beginning. The revolution starts with your first phone call. Answer it with complete confidence, because everything you've been through, every challenge you've faced, and every test you've passed has prepared you perfectly for everything you're about to receive. Your enemies have unwittingly become the architects of your greatest triumph, and the world is about to watch your rise with amazement and admiration that will last for generations to come.